I'm going to be breaking down what happened during New York and what I'm anticipating for London tonight. I'm going to drop a lot of sauce for you guys here, so definitely pay attention and just listen up. So, first things first, I'm going to go over what I have on the graph. So, we were anticipating this move right here. So, let me just rewind and show you guys how I had my graph before it happened. Okay, let me rewind right here. Perfect. So let me go over what I have drawn. So the first things that you can see is this high of day and low of day coming from Tuesday. If we're trading Wednesday, the high and low of day is going to come from Tuesday, the highest and lowest points. And then the previous low of day is going to be two previous trading days. So if we're trading Wednesday, it's going to be the lowest and highest point of Monday. Excuse me. So we have our highs and lows of days coming from Monday and Tuesday. We're trading Wednesday. And then let's go to the weekly the weekly time frame to go over a few things as well, weekly and daily time frame, before I get into it deeper. So notice on the weekly time frame, we're coming from this weekly supply. Notice how we had this bearish movement to the downside. We had this pullback to this area, and then now we're having a retracement. You can see once we interacted with the zone. So keeping that in mind, let's go into the daily time frame and see what we're working with. On the daily time frame, notice we have this demand zone that created this impulse to the supply, which is very likely that's going to be that's like our next major target of demand. And we also have this supply on the daily time frame that could be a possible right shoulder. Notice left head and the right shoulder would come in right here. So I'm definitely anticipating price to probably pull back here to continue the movement to the downside. So on the higher time frame, and we're on a bearish momentum. So keeping that in mind, let's go to the M5. And if we go to M5, keeping in mind that we're in a bearish momentum, let's look for the next major demand zones that we have. Looking at the graph right here, presented when I come to sit down, we have this demand zone right here that you could tell that price broke through right here. Usually when let me highlight this for you guys. Notice how this area of demand zone, price is breaking through it right here. Usually you're going to notice how I draw my zones, price, if it's accurate and we're looking in the right direction, price is going to tap it and give a distribution. So this area is not valid and it's not a true area of demand zone. The true area of demand zone is this area right here, which is the main target that I told you guys. Notice this area right here. Look how crazy this is. You're going to see how precise this is. So this is our demand zone right here. Previous contrary candle that gave this distribution to the upside. That's our true demand zone right here, combined with our previous low of day. What's it called? The confluence that I always tell you guys. A previous low of day with a demand zone or a higher low of day with demand or supply zone. That's like a confluence. So this is our target. The move started from here. And then if we go to M15, check this out. On M15, yeah. Let me go to M15. Notice that we have this supply right here. I'm going to just draw a line that way, because I'm going to draw another supply right now and I don't want to confuse you guys. So notice this line right here, how this supply was created, this previous contrary candle, price gave us this movement, price touches it right here, and then we're getting the movement to the downside. So keep that in mind and look at this M5 supply as well. Look how price created this M5 supply. Right here. So keeping that in mind that we're looking for a movement to the downside and this being our target right here. Let me stretch this out. This is our target down here. The area that I told you guys and I sent in my story that I was anticipating to take a sell from was this area right here. Notice how this candle right here, this previous contrary candle, price created this supply on M5 that gave this distribution that broke these lows and put us in this area right here, almost breaking these lows. But notice, I told you guys price was going to pull back to this area. So it's going to look like this. To continue the movement to this area right here, this being the first target. So this is what I told you guys I was waiting for. Like that. A nice 1 to 4 yeah, nice 1 to 4. So this is what I was anticipating. This is what I posted in my story. I sent in the free Telegram, and this is what I told you guys was gonna happen. Let's see what happened. Let's go to M1. Also, I want to point this out. I'm gonna point out some few tricks right now on M1. So notice how on M5 we have this supply right here, and we also have this supply on M1. That this is our true supply right here. Our true supply is this M1 right here, previous contrary candle. This created the distribution. This is where the move came from. So this is our high probability supply, this area right here, and then this M5 supply zone. So this it's very likely to take a trade from this area right here. So let's see what happened. Let's fast forward. Okay, notice this. Notice as soon as New York opens, notice how the volume comes in to this area right here that I'm telling you guys to continue the distribution. When there is a true supply zone, you're going to see when a session opens, price is going to pull back to that area to continue the move. So let's see what happens. Okay, check this out. Look at this bullshit. So look how price misses our sell limit, my sell limit, by 2 pips. Literally 2 pips, and price uses this supply right here. This is not a high probability supply right here. Why do I say that? Because price, this is just a pullback. The supply is right here. The supply was initiated right here when it created this movement right here. So maybe 2 out of 10 times price will use a supply like this if there's one above it, but this is the high probability setup. So notice how price doesn't use our supply right here, uses this one, and notice what price does. Let's continue. Boom. Okay, perfect. We're reaching our target right here. About to hit it. We haven't hit it. Boom, right here. Check out how fucking crazy this is, guys. So exactly how I say, price is gonna well, to the pip, almost pretty much you could say. Price pulls back to this area. I literally sent all of this before this even happens. I sent this like right around here, 850. I'll tell you guys, price is gonna pull back, and this is our main target. So check out what happens when price reaches the true area of demand. Notice, okay, so look, the trade would look something like this. Look how by 2 pips this trade didn't play out, but it's all good because we'll catch the next one. But check out what price does when we reach our target. So this played out. Let me delete this, and look what happens. Just look at this. Notice this wick right here. Just notice this wick. Price just touched the area I mentioned, and look at this. Look at all the volume coming out of this demand zone. You're gonna see that this is a true demand zone. There were orders here. Watch. Boom. Look at this. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Exactly. Look at this. Let me do this on M5. It's kind of slow on M1. But notice how price just wicks the area I mentioned, and we get this volume to the upside. So let's continue like this. There we go. Boom. Okay, and then now we're coming back into this area. Well, actually, I'll point this out as well. This is actually pretty good. So let's let this play out. Let me do this on M15 because this is taking forever. Okay, so this is already out of our session. We're definitely not trading. We finished at 11, but I'm just going over what happened after market and what I expect for now for London. So check this out. Let me actually, okay, so we'll just delete this shit because it ended here. So notice how price interacts in this demand zone that I mentioned. Price, as soon as it touches that zone, it literally wicks it, and we get this bullish volume, 24 pips. So just to keep in mind how accurate, how precise these zones could be, and like how to spot the true supply and demand zones. But I'm gonna just point this out as well. Notice how price broke that demand zone, and notice where price went to this previous low of day to the pip. And notice how price is giving us this bullish movement right now. We're having this pullback from this previous low of day, exactly from this low of day. So let me go over what we could expect for tonight. So this was pretty much expecting price to pull back to this area, reach this M5 target. Everything played out perfectly, except for the fact that my order activating. But other than that, we're good. And then let's just go over what we could expect for tonight. So let me delete this. And we're gonna delete this previous low of day as well. We're gonna delete this. We're gonna delete this. And we're gonna make this high of day previous high of day. And we're gonna make this low of day previous low of day. And then our high and low of day is gonna come from this day today, from Wednesday. Right here. High of day, low of day. Highest and lowest points between Frankfurt and New York session. Low of day. Okay, so check this out as well. Notice how price, we have this demand zone right here, literally. Just quick things that I noticed as soon as I'm just drawing this. You can't make this shit up. Look at this. Demand. And then let me just draw the one that I just deleted real quick. This one right here. Look at this. So this previous low of day right here. Look how crazy this shit is, how accurate these previous and these highs and lows of days are. Notice how Asia touched this previous low of day, and then we have this low of day right here. Price creates this M5 demand zone. Price pulls back into this demand zone, taps the low of day, and we're getting this movement right here. So let's see where price could go to. Okay, it's very, very likely from what I'm seeing right here. H4. Well, let's leave it at H1. Okay, so first thing on H1 is this. Okay, so we have this area right here. This is the immediate, what we could immediately, we could expect like for the next sessions that we're going to see, immediate sessions that we're going to see better. So I don't know why I'm tongue-tied. Blah, blah, blah. So we have this here going on, guys. Notice we have this supply right here on H1, and we have this high of day. So this is just something that we have to keep in mind. These are two scenarios that we could expect. So first one is going to be price is either going to do this. Price is going to pull back right here. Right here. And continue the like a bearish movement from this area, or price is going to do this. But the one that's very likely is probably this scenario right here. We're going to see this bearish momentum and bearish movement come to this daily target right here, which is our first daily target. Our first true demand zone on the higher time frame, this area right here. Sorry about that. So this is more than likely we're going to see price pull back to this area here and continue the bearish movement to this area. I don't know why I had a brain fart right now. There we go. Oh shit, this is freezing. Okay, all right guys, it's kind of there we go. I don't know why I was lagging. All right, so that's more than likely what we're going to see. We're going to see price continue the bearish momentum to this area right here on the daily time frame, coming from this H1 supply. There we go. This demand right here. That's what I'm more than likely, and what more than likely we're going to see happen. Price is going to pull back to this area and continue to this demand zone right here. So we just have to wait to see what what London does. A very likely scenario is for price to pull back to this area during London, and then the sells to come in during New York. But we just have to wait and see what price does. But yeah, hopefully you guys can pick up some sauce from this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.